Hare Krishna. In the path of karma, we engage all our senses in some kind of work and offer the fruits to God. In the path of jnana, we engage the mind in speculating about the truth and trying to understand what is matter, what is spirit, and discriminate, and what to pick, what to drop, what is beneficial, what is harmful, what is permanent, what is temporary. So we do analysis, vimarshanam we call it. And in this way, gradually, we hold on to that which is permanent and give up that which is temporary. So the mind is in action. And even by that speculation, we don't come to complete perfection. And we keep searching, and then we arrive at the absolute truth in the form of the super soul, the Lord in the heart. And then one understands, all knowledge will come to me if I just meditate on the super soul. So then one's meditation on the Lord starts after that. And for that one requires intelligence, which is vyavasayatmika buddhi, which is one-pointed intelligence, which is unwavering intelligence. And how do you get that? By dharana, dhyana and samadhi. Dharana means to hold the mantra in the mind, and dhyana means meditation, and samadhi means absorption. Then one pursues the path of Ashtanga Yoga. There the most prominent agent is the intelligence, which you try to focus on the super soul. Dhyana avasthita tadgatena manasa pashyantiyam yogino, it is said. And as one keeps meditating on the super soul, gradually one becomes more and more purified, and gradually the attraction and attachment and affection for the Lord increases. Then one comes to Bhakti Yoga, where one is not only seeing the form of the Lord, one starts seeing the qualities of the Lord and leelas of the Lord. Then one enters into the pastimes, Nitya Leela, where one also becomes a part of the Lord's Leela, where one engages in Lord's service. So, Bhakti Yogi, what does he use? Karma Yogi uses senses, Jnana Yogi uses mind, Ashtanga Yogi uses intelligence, Bhakti Yogi engages his heart. Madchitta, Madgata Prana, Bodhayanta, Parasparam, Kathayantascha Mam Nityam, Tushyanti cha, Ramanti cha. So Krishna says that my devotees are deeply satisfied and they get great relation discussing pastimes about me, and their lives are fully devoted to me, and their thoughts are always absorbed in me, he says. So the thought arises from consciousness, chitta, which is subconscious mind. So therefore our movement is called as the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So we are supposed to give our heart to Krishna. But what happens when we come in this path? Sometimes we give our senses, but we don't even give our mind and intelligence and heart. How superficial that behavior is. And you rotate the Japa Mala, so senses are engaged, but mind is somewhere else, intelligence is somewhere else, and heart is somewhere else. And this is the reason why our chanting is not very effective. Or somebody may bring the senses and also the mind. Prabhupada says, tell the mind, not there, come here. Not don't go here and there, come here. You catch and bring the mind. Yato nischalati manaschanchalamasstiram tatasato jnayamyetad atmani eva vashamni. Again you bring it back. Okay, now senses have come, mind has come. But although the mind is trying to focus on the holy name, if the intelligence is not deeply convinced that Krishna is the ultimate truth, there is no one equal to him, no one greater than him. Attaining Krishna's lotus feet is the only goal of life. If one is not convinced with the intelligence, then one is suspicious, one is doubtful. Then mind is not able to fix full attention. One is thinking going to America is more important than going to Goloka. Then one's mind escapes from chanting, and then instead of thinking of Krishna, it goes to somewhere else again. So, if one can bring the mind, and one can also have a vyavasayatmika buddhi, one-pointed intelligence, not bhogaishwarya prasaktanam taya apahirta chetasam. Vyavasayatmika buddhir, right? What are you talking? Samadhavana vidiyate. Bhogaishwarya prasaktanam Taya apahritisam vyavasayatmika buddhir samadho na vidiyate. This is a verse which talks about, inability to focus your intelligence in one point. What you are saying is another verse. Vyavasayatmika buddhir eke prunana. That talks about focused intelligence. When you mix bhoga and aishwarya in your intelligence, bhoga means sex life, and aishwarya means material opulences. When these things are charming to you, then your mind intelligence is not fixed. It is bahushakahi anantascha buddhayo avyavasayina. You don't have a focused, fixed, determined, convinced intelligence. Then when that is going here and there, mind also goes here and there. Then only your hands are rotating the beadbag. Beadbag rotating. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Placements are coming. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. I hope I get Microsoft. Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. So hands are chanting, but mind is thinking about the placements which are coming. Intelligence is thinking, okay, if I get this, I will go abroad, I will do this, I'll become a great hero, and you keep making plan with the mind. And the intelligence wants to work for the pleasures of the mind. Then our chanting is very superficial. And after the chanting, you feel you haven't made any progress. No purification, no progress. We are just stuck on the material platform. So, if one can bring the senses by carefully moving the beads and chanting one mantra at a time, and one can bring the mind has three functions: thinking, feeling, willing. One should, in the beginning of the chanting, think about the glories of the holy name. And one should feel like the second verse of Shikshashtakam. Durdaivam idrisham vihadini nanuraga. One should feel that. And also the willing part should be engaged in catching the beads very carefully and not slipping the mala, but very carefully. The sense of touch is the willing. So when the thinking, feeling, willing is done, thinking means like Golokere Premadhan and Nama Sankirtan. Oh, Krishna's name has been imported from Goloka to here. It is so rare. It's like Krishna himself. There is no difference. So let me welcome the holy name with a grateful heart. That is thinking. So in this way you think with your mind, and intelligence, where is it going? If the intelligence is thinking about bhoga and aishwarya, sex life and material opulences, one should condemn oneself. Why are you like a pig going to the stool or living in a ditch? Your rascal mind, come out. Your foolish intelligence, don't become bhakshakahi anantascha buddhayo avyavasayina. Don't become distracted or diverted away. Be very focused. Do this one thing now, which is to chant the holy name. And with one's intelligence, Yo mameva asammudho janati purushottamam sa sarvaved bhajati mam sarvabhavena bharata. He says that Yo mameva asammudho. One's intelligence is not bewildered or suspicious. One is fully convinced that Krishna is the absolute truth. Arjuna said, no? Param Brahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham Shashvatam, Divyamati Devamajam Vibhum, Ahustvam Rishayah Sarve Devarishir Naradas Asito Devalo Vyaso, Swayam Chaiva Pravishime, Sarvametat Ritam Manye Yanmam Vadasi Keshava, Nahite Bhagavan Vyaktim, Vidur Deva Nadanavaha. See, these three verses are very, very important verses in Bhagavad Gita. Arjuna is calling Krishna, you are the Parabrahma, you are the Supreme Abode, you are the Supreme Purifier. And you are the Shashvata Purusha, eternal Purusha. You are divine, and you are Adi Purusha. And you are Purusham, Shashvatam, Divyam, Adi Devam, Ajam, you are unborn. Vibhum, you are infinitely powerful Lord. So outside you showed the Vishrup Darshan, and inside the Lord showed to his mother the whole universe within his belly. A very, very powerful personality. And not only I am saying this, all rishis like Vedavyas, Narada, Asita, Devala, they all are glorifying you as the Supreme Lord. So with my one-pointed intelligence, I will focus only on you. Sarvametat ritam manye. I accept all these truths as ultimate truths. And I have no suspicion or no doubts about you. I am fully convinced. When a devotee comes to this point, sarva bhavena bharata, a devotee can engage in chanting the holy name from the bottom of the heart. Because there is nothing else for us to attain in this world. There is nothing else more appealing, more attractive. Once you get a Mahaprasad plate, the Sukha roti is no more appealing. When you see all the pleasures of the material world are Sukha roti, dry roti. And the Lord's glory and greatness and beauty and sweetness, that becomes very, very prominent. So in this way, intelligence is fixed in the absolute truth. And the mind is also thinking, feeling, willing is absorbed properly. Then senses are also engaged in moving the beads. Then one is coming to the right platform. Then the chanting of the holy name will gradually lead to a point where one will feel gratitude for the Lord, respect for the Lord. These two are so important qualities. When you have respect for His supremacy and greatness and His influence in our lives, and we have gratitude for all that we have received from the Lord, so then a heart becomes a golden heart. In such a golden heart, the remembrance of the Lord and utterance of the holy name can happen very, very powerfully. Then the chanting of the holy name means full presence of the Lord and your full-blown consciousness. Mind doesn't go here, there, anywhere. Mind is completely spiritualized. Then one chants the holy name properly. Then only the cleansing of the mind and heart can take place. In the mind there is dislike, but in the heart there is hatred. In the mind there is likings. I like this, I like that. In the heart there are attachments. So both these things of raga and dvesha, likes and dislikes, have to be cleansed away with a one-pointed surrender to Krishna's lotus feet. So the chanting of the holy name can do all that, provided we open our heart and welcome the name to rule our hearts and make its prominent influence in our heart and lives. Then when we welcome with such an open mind and open heart, then the Lord, just like He, Radheshyam welcomed me here, so I am coming and sitting here. Similarly, you welcome Krishna into your heart, then Krishna will come and sit. But we welcome Him when He comes, we close the door. Sorry, not now. Not today. Today I am a little busy with the job search now. So you can come another day. So, if you are going to welcome the Lord, surely He will come. And then the chanting of the holy name will be effective. So anything you do in life, it has to be effective. Effectiveness, like you are washing vessels, you can't leave some bits here, bits there. You thoroughly wash it. Same manner, chanting and all devotional activities, if it is done with a wholehearted consciousness, then that has a different effect. It will cleanse our heart so well that all anarthas will be washed away. You will become very cheerful, stable, happy. So for young students, the preliminary step is to give up activities in tamoguna and rajoguna and situate yourself in sattoguna. This is the very first beginning step. Prabhupada said those who are in tamoguna are lazy, he said. Those who are in rajoguna are crazy. So Prabhupada said, give up being lazy and crazy and come to sattoguna. In sattoguna, what I am talking now, all these things are very easy for one who is in sattva. And the shastric knowledge will sink in our heart. And the chanting of the holy name and performance of devotional service will be a very fruitful endeavor, leading us to tangible, substantial progress, and our conviction and our fixity and the ultimate goal. These things will turn out to become a reality for us in our lives as we keep chanting the holy name. Harinam Prabhu ki. Let us offer our humble obeisances to all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord who are just like desert trees, ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrinda ki, Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki,